Hey guys, Mr. Markcoos here again with some MLO Master League Online. Anyway, have a little story to tell you. I'm sort of just changed my schedule a bit, so if you've been watching these episodes, of course you'll see that like every couple of days it comes into play and whatnot. It's because basically my internet has turned to being so bad that I can only upload like two, three times a week, and also have a lot of university work to do as well. So of course, that's why like the videos aren't coming out as every day. Like I'll try and get back on every day when it's like basically when I have no university work, which is probably going to be very unlikely until about April, May time. So like 2-3 months of me just like some uploads, not consistent uploads every day, daily uploads anyway. But yeah, this episode is 10 minutes long, so it's 2 games. And it's some of the stuff is a bit cut out because it was a bit glitchy when I was doing it. It sort of glitched, footage glitched, not the actual game glitched. So some of the stuff is a bit like weird when you probably won't see it because I took the majority of it out, but the majority of the shots I got in were okay and stuff like that. So in the first game, there we are in our home kit with the white, red, and blah 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 blah. We've faced against this guy who has Monaco, and his name was something like Hon 51 and 99, I think. I think that's this guy. And yeah, I mean, this game was not particularly difficult. Like, for some ridiculous reason, I keep getting faced and paired off against people who don't have very good teams. This guy, however, did have a very relatively decent team. And as you can see, of course, kickoff is cut out of this because usually I involve kickoff, but not this time. But here, Van Barad actually gets the ball first before Ryers. Ryers gets it gives it straight to Conan. Conan gets a shot away. Conan nearly gets another shot away. Akabur nearly gets a shot away. And basically, the guy wasn't the best PES player I've ever played. I mean, I'm not expecting to face like the best PES players in the world, but I'm expecting to face some good players, and I've not really faced anyone so far. So anyway, like the most annoying thing is when you try and take a corner kick and it keeps making Rakitsky take it. Why? I don't know. But yeah, get a shot if Conan again hits it. It doesn't hit the bar. It comes off the defender on the line. It was like, what the hell? I was getting so close and it just was taking the piss. But he basically gives the ball away here, gives it straight to Cho Ji-hoon. He gives it to James McCarthy. It's basically playing his second game. He skins past 3 players, tries to get a shot away. Keeper makes a good save, and he pops into the back of the net with his outside of his right foot. So I was pretty impressed with that. But then I sort of laxed as you usually do after you score a goal, and you don't really pay too much attention to what's actually happening. And like here, for example, Roderick's coming across. He keeps the ball in play. He crosses it in. Abel Hernandez is about to take a shot. Cho Ji-hoon, for some reason, just completely does not kick the ball. What is he doing here? What is he doing? So basically, from the minute he did that, I was like, okay, I'm having none of this. So I didn't try and like get a goal back with Cho Ji-hoon or anything in particular. I just sort of bided my time as usual. But basically, seeing stuff like that happen, I was like, I think it's time maybe I get rid of Cho Ji-hoon, get rid of the lower rated players, and maybe bring in higher rated players. So I was going to maybe get rid of Roderick and whatnot, and maybe get some higher rated players. But in the 45th minute here, Glass crosses the ball. Conan hits the header and it goes just wide. So half time it was 1-1. It wasn't too bad. We were playing relatively decently. 10 shots, 6 on target, 70 pass completion percentage. He only had 58 pass completion percentage and 1 shot on target. One shot, not even on target, which was a bit disappointing because he's not even had a goal. Well, he has had a goal, but here, nice little ball out from. Nice little 1-2 actually between Raj Terrell and Van Barad. Raj Terrell skins past his defender, gets a shot away, keeper makes a good save. Cho Ji-hoon should pop it in the back of the net, and I don't know what the hell he's doing. I was just like, what the hell are you doing? So James McCarthy takes it, as you can see there, it sort of glitches out for a bit, but it doesn't really matter too much. And Didier Conan actually pops it in the back of the net from a header. Now, I deserved that lead. I did not, it wasn't any like some sort of like, oh, you're so crap, like sort of thing. It was sort of just more like, yeah, I sort of deserved to win this game. He hadn't played very well, my opponent. And he was very fortunate in the majority of the decisions actually going his way. So, 79th minute, like here, he has a free kick with Vinicius, or whatever his name is. And the counter comes up, and I'm like, alright then, take your free kick, mate. You've got 2 seconds left. So he changes the player. He's still got 2 seconds left. Instead of shooting, he passes the ball. I don't know if he meant this on purpose or if the game did it for him. But I was like, what the hell are you doing? Just shoot. Like, don't pass. But in the last minutes of the match, play from I think it wasn't from that particular goal kick, from a different goal kick. He played a nice ball out to Van Barad. He chips it to Glasgow. Glasgow's through on goal. And we look at this for an absolutely fantastic finish. Lol, wasn't a goal. It was actually just a really good chipped attempt. And like, I mean, come on, look at the stats here, okay? We won 2-1, but look at the stats. 19 shots, 12 on target. He had 5 shots, 0 on target. What does that say? That means I dominated. But James McArthur, man of the match, with a 7.0 rating, so pretty decent as expected. And I mean, like, for some ridiculous reason, I'm rated 417, and I was like, fair enough, he's rated 212. Actually, that was not the guy I was thinking of. His name was Andrzej Zerczyk. But I mean, look at that. 8 consecutive wins. 8 total assets level 2. I'm like, I've been playing so many matches that I'm getting to actually get through the asset levels. It's absolutely ridiculous. But here you see the game is a little bit getting a bit glitchy here. Well, the footage is anyway. The game was fine, but yeah, I looked at Zicardo to sign, and I'd actually end up signing him. He's actually a relatively decent centre back for my player. As you see, it sort of increases my overall team rating from 75 to 76. So with the 77 rated centre back, I went out and played another game. So the next game, of course, Roderick would not be playing centre. Well, I hoped he wouldn't be playing centre back, and it would be going back to being Rakitsky and Zicardo playing centre back as a centre back pairing. But for some ridiculous reason, okay, I had to make this bit really slow instead of making it fast, because like a good chunk of this game was glitched out like hell. And it's really weird because it's only like I played like 4 games, and I was going to make the first 2 are in this episode, next 2 will be in the next episode, and the second last 2 games were fine. I don't understand why it like glitched out so much, but anyway, this is the guy I was talking about, Ant51 and 99. Like, when I saw that, I was like, okay, this is probably like a father and his son playing the game, because that sort of makes sense, because Ant51, 1951, born 1951, and his son probably born 1999. But my god, in the background, that music sounds absolutely terrifying. I'm not sure if I'll keep that in, because that does sound absolutely terrifying. But 9 consecutive wins was on the line for me. I total assets level 2. I had 141 points I could win. And basically, when I was playing this, I was like, I bet I'll get to that next the next strength level and get absolutely destroyed in my first like couple games, because of the fact that, well, that's how it is. But like, I was sort of like, I'll just grind it out now, eh? So that's basically what I was doing. I was like sort of playing games. It's like not buying too many players, getting all these points up, and so then I could eventually buy someone like absolutely amazing. But in the 40th minute here in this game against this guy, Hologu gets through on goal, hits the post, and I was like, did I really just hit the post? Because like this guy, I don't think he actually had a rating, because he had no players, nothing special. So his rating was still being assessed as it happens like at the beginning of when you first start the game, first start MLO. But like I was like playing this guy, and like nothing particularly good happened in the first half until like now. Because like, look at this for a nice little passing move, gets to Glasgow plays a nice ball back to Menandinho, look at that for a finish. That's just absolutely fantastic. So with that being said, I mean, he tried to play some decent football, but I mean, he was playing Markcoos at right back when he's a left back. It's like, what are you doing? Like, you just want pace in your team or some crap? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, at halftime it was 1-0, and you'll see the stats. Like, we had 6 shots, 4 on target. He had 52 pass completion. He was trying to play football, but it just was not working in his favour. And whenever I see the pass completion stat, like, if it was the possession is more or less the same, I'm not too bothered by it. But I mean, here he actually scores, which I was really pissed off about. But like, if the possession stat is like 50-50 and he has a pass completion of 75 and I have pass completion of 75, it's not too bad. But when it's like 60-30 and his pass completion is really low, it's like, that's fair enough as well, because that means I'm holding possession of the ball really well. But then when it's look at that, that's another fantastic finish from myself. But yeah, when it's like 50-50 but his pass completion is like 52%, it sort of tells you exactly what sort of player you're playing against, because additionally he's just going to chip it through over and over again. This was a chip finish I was talking about. Look at that. Jesus Christ, that was amazing. But yeah, I mean like, this game, like, he sort of just like, once I scored the second goal, literally just after halftime, after he just scored, I was like you could see that he was just not too bothered. And look at that for another good finish from Costolis. And like, he just sort of lost it a bit. He wasn't really paying too much attention in the game. It's like, these are the sort of players, when they get to this point, it's just like, what is the point of me playing? I might as well just quit the game. He should have just quit the game, because I mean, he was trying to foul my players. Not really sure why. Glasgow gets thrown goal, Glasgow gets a shot away, and Glasgow scores. So basically, with that being said, that was the final game of this episode. It was a 5-1 victory. Absolutely fantastic. I said fantastic 10 times in the last like 2 minutes. But look at that. I mean, at least he improved playing his game in the second half. I'll give him that. That's fair dues. And Glass got 7.5 rating, man of the match, and that's what it's all about. So, rating gone up, his rating still being assessed, so that must be one of his first 5 games. I got 141 points to spend, yeah! So if you have enjoyed this episode of the Markcoos Mafia, subscribe to my channel for more, and catch you later.